I'm Megan, and I'm auditioning for Survivor. So I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. Don't know if you're familiar, but now I currently live in Chicago, Illinois. But I've done like a ton of traveling before that. So I moved to Prague once when I was bored, literally hitchhiked all over Europe, almost got deported from Germany. I moved to Chicago and to Du Bois, Wyoming, which is one of the most remote places in the United States, in 2 days. Like I found this place, found a job, and moved out in 2 days without telling anyone. Like I was literally in Colorado going to Wyoming, and my friend was like, "Do you want to come over to play Catan?" And I was like, "No, I moved." I moved to Chicago specifically to pursue an acting career, and specifically in that as a clown. So obviously the comedy community is full of men. It's already a tough place for a woman to break into. So I know what it means to weasel your way in, to connive to get in, and to be on top of your game the entire time to stay in. All right, my strategy for Survivor, you ask? Well, I'll tell. So I'm planning on being that really naive person that people don't really see as a threat at first. Then I just smooth on in. People tell me stuff all the time, like literally all the time. Things I do not want to know, but they tell me anyway, and I love it because I act interested. I listen and I make them feel supported and not weird, and then they bare their souls to me. So basically my strategy is to throw horns in support and then grow horns, because you know why? I'm wicked. One of my key ways that I'm going to win this game is I'm going to immediately find a hidden immunity idol. I'm incredibly good at finding things. I find 4-leaf clovers literally all the time. I made a business finding 4-leaf clovers when I was in 4th grade. But I will find a hidden immunity idol by going around and pretending I'm sick and throwing up in the woods. So when I'm throwing up in the woods, nobody will come near me and I'll have time to actually go and find it. Because I think I'm sick. And like any good Survivor contestant, I always have a secret weapon up my sleeve. In this case, on my head. If we ever get in a balancing match, I will just whip that idol right off of your pedestal, baby. Ugh. That's a dead bird. I'd eat it if I had to. So when I was 8 years old, I wrote in my journal, 1, that God expects too much of 8-year-olds, and 2, that I am as sneaky as a snake when I'm listening to Catherine talk about Nick behind the bleachers. So I've always been this way, and I've always been ready for Survivor. Overall, I may not be the fastest Survivor ever, I may not be the strongest Survivor ever, but I will be the most unpredictable Survivor ever. Vote for me. Spy Shack.